All righty. Well, we are So Too, and this is SOTUesday for the 22nd day of August in 2017. One day past the eclipse, so therefore the title of this little tete-a-tete, uh, um, the post-Apo-eclipse report. Right. So, what we are here to tell you is that the dynamic, because we did a show yesterday on CTSB, which will probably be 2 or 3 weeks before it is posted on this YouTube channel. So we're going to give you a little bit of a dynamic of a heads up in order to be able to, what shall we say, give you perhaps a little insight in the shifting energies that are that began yesterday with the passing of the eclipse across the diagonal of the United States, therefore causing a, what shall we say, a schism and a healing all in the space of just a few hours. But it was a representation of the dynamics that are occurring and are going to continue to occur in your world. But we wish to tell you and give you a little hope in the understanding that you have, in a way, crossed the pinnacle of negativity. Not that the dynamics of negativity will not continue to affect you and your world, because as more and more of you awaken to the realities that it is only by taking the responsibility for your life that you can begin to shift and change the dynamics of your world. As you begin to move more and more into your adulthood, as you begin to understand more and more that if you are taking one side or another in a dynamic of energy, in a dynamic of opinion, in a dynamic of politics, then you are in fact in a paradoxical situation which can be solved by understanding and knowing the truth and the lies of both ends of the paradox, which basically means that you must take the other's considerations and the other's understandings into view, take them as your own, as you understand your own viewpoints more clearly and more understandably. And therefore, you can find the dynamics of the truths and the lies in both ends of the paradox, and you can begin to rise above that dynamic, which is a linear dynamic, which is a dynamic that exists within the dynamic of the three-dimensional time and space, and it allows you to rise to a third position, which allows you to see the truth of both dynamics simultaneously, and therefore give you that experience of knowing, that experience of true understanding. And therefore you can then respond to that situation. Now, that is a learned dynamic, certainly so. We do not expect you all to get that dynamic immediately, but that's what you're moving toward, and that's what can begin to help you to understand the dynamics that are occurring in your world. You're seeing polarizations everywhere, and as we said, if you take one side or the other, you are participating in that dynamic of polarization. And the answers, the true answers, the answers that are meaningful and will have significance and will be lasting, are not found within that dynamic of the linear time frame. It is found in that third position of understanding, especially when so many of you have been pushed into divisive positions. So many of you have believed that your opinion, that your dynamic is the true one, and yet we would say to you, dear ones, there is no true position other than you create your reality. So, right. So we wish to give you that message, dear ones. We wish to tell you that there are a great many challenges ahead. We wish to tell you that if you begin to make the choice and the choices from a place of understanding, that it's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to be your adult. It's time for you to understand that your reality, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, yes, even spiritually, is asking you to be more, is asking you to step out of your adolescence as a species and to become adults. Now, it's not just going to instantly happen, for you have been in the dynamics of special childhood and special adolescence for so long. It's going to take a few steps for you to get from here to there. But if your intent is to go to that new place, to make that step into transformation, then it will happen. So it begins with the intent, dear ones. Take a few moments. Set your intent to a new world, a world of peace with enough for all. Sneaky, huh? All right, we love you all so very, very much. We are SOTU, and this is SOTUesday for the 22nd day of August in 2017. We'll see you next week. And so until then, we close, sending you peace, sending you happiness, sending you joy.